Governor of Ekiti Ayodele Fauci, and based on a popular narrative that the issue of herdsmen has been treated with levity, which could mean that they have the license to kill because the president is from the tribe Fulani. The spokesperson to the president said the killings by herdsmen has nothing to do with the president being Fulani. We're now to another story, but still staying within Ekiti State and its politics. The People's Democratic Party, PDP, is gearing for the governorship primary scheduled for April 2018, and prominent aspirants under the party are concerned about a crisis rocking the PDP in Ekiti State. They told reporters that the only solution to the lingering crisis in the party is for the national chairman of the party, Chief Uche Secondus, with immediate effect, dissolve the state working committee. The aspirant said the party stands the risk of losing Ekiti if Governor Ayodele Fauci is allowed to subvert the party's constitution and impose his anointed candidate.
We reject without reservation the nomination or purported adoption of Kola Polishola as the sole candidate of PDP for the July governorship election in the state. Number two, the State Executive Committee of the party under the chairmanship of Shiboyega Oguntoache haven't betrayed the expected neutrality role to be disqualified in the process leading to the governorship to the gubernatorial primary in April this year. We demand for a caretaker committee to replace them for the state. The state governor, Ayodele Fauci, having pitched his tent with the deputy governor, Kola Polishola, is disqualified from playing any role in the PDP primary in April 2018. The relevant position of the Electoral Act and PDP Constitution should be strictly followed in conducting the gubernatorial primary in April this year. The arbitrary and illegal use of the state apparatus like radio and television stations should stop forthwith.
Now, elections timetable is out. Fine. Unexpectedly, political parties will by now intensify their plans. Now, INEC is warning newly registered political parties to comply with the recent timetable released by the Commission of Face Sanctions, issuing certificates of registration to the new political parties. The chairman of the commission, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, explains that the number of political parties, which currently stands at 68, is good for Nigeria's plural democracy. I have joining me from our Abuja studio tonight to discuss the INEC timetable and the newly launched political parties is INEC National Commissioner, Mr. Solomon Soyebi. Thank you so much for your time on the program. We've seen in the past where INEC deregistered some political parties. In fact, at some point we had 64 political parties. It was reduced to about 40 at some point. Now we've gotten to that level. Why is this situation where we have this fluctuating situation of registration and deregistration of political parties? 68 they are now.
Thank you very much, Sheung. The issue of registration or deregistration of political party is a purely legal issue. And you will realize that the Commission operates within the law. All we are here to do is just to obey the law and then carry out our duties, at least within the armpits of the law. INEC does not really register political parties. It is the laws of the land that register political parties. Those associations that have met the regulations of registrations were given certificates of registration yesterday. And if you listen very carefully to the chairman too, if you look at his speech very closely, we still have about 90 more associations undergoing different screening and processes. And anybody who meets the conditions for registration according to the laws of the land will be registered. That was what was obtained yesterday with the today with the issue of certificates to 21 newly registered political parties. It is the law that registers, not INEC per se.
A political party took INEC to court, asking the court to ask INEC to register it. So is it 21 or 22? Did you give this political party certificate of registration today?
Of course we did. We are a law-abiding commission. The court ordered us to restore the registered political parties, and we did. So the number of parties that actually got their certificates today were 22. That was 21 newly registered and 1 that was returned by law to the platform.
I mean, tell us what kind of logistics nightmare INEC could be facing come 2019. Because in my head right now, I'm imagining a ballot paper that has 68 political party names and their logo on it, and I can imagine how long that could be.
Well, the commission is aware of this. You are talking about 68 political parties. We will envisage a higher number, with about 25 of them in various levels of recognition and registration. We are taking this into cognizance. That was why we have what we call an early plan for the election. What we did yesterday was to give an alert to the nation, to the political parties, and to ourselves that, look, 402 days to the general elections in 2019, we issued the timetable because we are aware of the logistics challenges ahead of us. As at the end of the day, we might end up having about 80 political parties or more. That's not just the issue. The whole space has been expanded to, and we anticipate to have about 80 million or more registered voters. And you can imagine what happens with all the constituencies we're talking about. We have one presidential constituency, about 28 gubernatorial constituencies, 360 federal constituencies, 109 senatorial, and 991 state constituencies. When you multiply this with about, we are looking at a worst-case scenario where we assume that all parties will register for. Okay. All parties will register candidates for all elections.
All right, Prince Soyebi, we need to take a quick break. But when we come back, we will be talking about what these registration could mean for Nigerians ahead of 2019. Then you will talk to us about the issue of the timetable released by INEC yesterday. Don't go anywhere, everyone. We'll be right back.